is. Yes.
All right. Okay, I will not interrupt you this time.
Hey, man.
What's up, dude?
Have you ever heard of Battle Royale games?
Battle Royale?
Yeah.
Like the video games?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can you name one?
I think
Name
so.
one of their songs.
No. Battle Royale. Is it like military games?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Can you name one?
Do they do the Call of Duty games?
Well, it's not like a company that does the games.
Okay.
It's like a genre. Call of Duty has a Battle Royale game mode in one of their most recent games.
Oh.
But
Is that just like everyone's like a free-for-all kind of like just...
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Don't... That is not what this podcast has ever been. Don't you dare do that to me again.
Proud of you.
Good, very good.
Good job.
Yeah. Can you spell Battle Royale? What about you guys at home? Can you spell Battle Royale?
It's like reading Rainbow. It's Tillin' Rainbow.
Good. Which of the... you know, they just stare at the camera. Things I learned last night. Tilling it.
I didn't even catch what was going on the whole time. Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
Vamonos.
You think they'll do that in the new movie?
That's what I was wondering. I was like,
We
does she...
need the backpack. Where should we go?
Backpack.
We need the. Where do you think we need to go on the map? They had the map out.
Yeah, what do you think they were doing with the lyrics of those? They were just like, I'm the map.
It was all
Like, is there another line? No, it's just that over and over.
It was a bunch of guys who procrastinated.
They're like, oh shoot, I was supposed to write a jingle for this. Oh man.
The first guy went, he's like, backpack. The other guy's like, that might work. And they're like, all right, John, what about you with the map song? He's like, I'm the map. Okay, that's good.
I think.
What about when Swiper tries to swipe? Swiper, no swiping. And
Swiper, don't do that. Like, that doesn't flow.
No.
I feel like they were working on it for weeks and they became so obsessed with it that they were all sitting around. One person fell asleep during the meeting, and then in his sleep, he's just like, bang, bang. Bang, bang. He's like, bang. And they were like, they're like, hold on, wait a minute. Does God still speak through dreams? They held the microphone up to him and took the sample.
That's where it came from. He's sleeping there. He's like, back.
They're like, that's got a ring to it. Like, that's stuck in my head now.
Really just how he snores.
This whole life just
night,
bang.
This makes sense.
What word do you snore? What if your whole life you're just trying to find somebody else who snores the same word as you?
Oh my God.
Is that what you snore?
No. I was going to say, oh my God. Look, she just fell asleep over there.
Let's hear what she snores.
Yeah, she's snoring. And she's saying Norwegia.
That's so many syllables.
Norwegia.
I was thinking Outback is what I was going to do. Outback, because backpack, Outback. I was wanting it to be two syllables, but
yeah.
Norwegia doesn't work.
You can make it happen.
Yeah.
I went to camp in like 5th grade, and one of my leaders snored really, really bad in the dorm, and I thought it was a bear. Every single night was outside our dorm. No joke. Like
you didn't tell anybody?
I didn't.
You went
sleep.
5 days in a row and you didn't tell anybody there's a bear outside our cabin?
Legit, I was in 5th grade. I was laying there in my sleeping bag.
You see something, you say something, Tim.
That was before those campaigns
That was
came
you?
out.
That's what you were just like...
Here's how big my eyes were. The whole night. 8 hours.
Do you guys see a bear outside? Hold on, let me do the joke. Do you guys see a bear outside? Good.
What if they said, did they say yeah and you said good?
I don't know what they said. It's up to them. They're the ones responding.
So if they said yes,
yeah.
then
I was such a snarky kid because I was too old for Dora the Explorer whenever it came out, but my brother was young enough to watch it, so he would be watching it, and then I would purposely answer wrong just to see if she would notice, and she never did.
She didn't notice.
Yeah, I would say the wrong ones, and she would go, good, and I'm like, you're an idiot, Dora.
Yeah, that's fair.
You improve your listening skills.
Yeah, Dora, you're a bad listener. I learned how to listen from Dora, and she doesn't.
I went on a church trip, and the guy, who was one of those things where like you save money on the hotel by buying a 2-bedroom hotel for 4 guys.
Yeah.
So you share a bed with somebody you barely know.
Yeah.
And then that guy like not only talks in his sleep, but like aggressively yells in his sleep. Like literally, we woke up in the middle of the night. He is like on all fours looking at the door, like of the hotel room, and he's saying, "Who the F are you?" And we're all just like, "What?" He's like, "Get out of here!" And we're like, "What?" And then he just goes, and then like laid back down and went to sleep.
That dude was punking you guys. Like he was.
He had to have been
wide awake.
He had to. But I mean, like, okay, so I would have thought that had like. We were in the room with like 2 leaders, and like everyone else had like it was just high schoolers in their rooms, you know, because I now that I look back, I go, oh, they didn't trust us to have our own hotel room. But like I feel like he would have done that if it was all high schoolers. But for 2 leaders to be in there and to shout the F word on a church trip. Like,
did the guy come to church a lot, or was he like one of those guys who's
no? Like he was not one of the like I'm just on this trip because my dad paid for it.
Yeah,
like he's like pretty at church pretty like yeah. He was like appalled that he said the F word the next morning. So that to me, I'm like, oh, okay,
interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't actually say the word. He woke up and no, I was kidding. Right? Like, who the F word are you? Like even in his like anger, he's still
Billy,
like
you know you said F word yesterday.
He's like, I said the word. No. You said
F word.
And he's like, that's bad.
That's
but
pretty appalling.
Yeah, I can't believe I did that. Yeah, he's not allowed to go on trips with us anymore. Yeah, he had to go.
Do you guys still go on youth trips?
No, I don't. Dude, there's some people who do that though. They become youth pastors because they can't get out of high school. They're so stuck in high school that they're like, all right,
it's fun. I'm doing it again.
Like, oh man, yeah. And then they do weird games where they're just like, hey, tonight we're gonna put shaving cream on Shane's face, and we're gonna throw tiny marshmallows at him. And then after that, we're gonna write our sins on these pumpkins. We're gonna catapult them into a field, and then we're gonna gather around their remains and sing "One Thing Remains."
That's a good song to sing.
And that, well, yeah. Do you want to write that down so you can do that in your youth group, or?
No, I saw you tweeted that the other day, and just try that joke on me after you tweeted it. So
I wasn't trying to joke on you.
I can go back to Twitter, and I'll just take it.
I'm providing good content. Yeah, actually, so I changed some words in a different tweet and reposted it last night. That's what I've been doing lately. That's the whole thing is just me doing my old tweets. So
is that why you relaunched your YouTube? Yeah,
it's going to be the same videos. So we actually did this same exact conversation in 2009.
We did.
And we're just going to...
This is all scripted. Mm-hmm. We wrote this content 6 years ago.
Damn, I forgot my line after that. I'm sorry. Okay, so Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. You got a little Bill Cosby for saying I can't say that. I'm going to bleep that word out. No, yeah, Battle Royale. Here's a game
still a fan.
You might have heard of from the genre.
Okay.
Fortnite.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like the biggest one.
RuneScape Wilderness.
Oh God.
That's accurate. Don't do that. That's an accurate description of what Battle Royale type gaming is. Okay.
I've actually
go out to the wilderness.
RuneScape Wilderness.
Have you ever played RuneScape?
Oh, like that. You're talking about going to the wilderness in RuneScape. It's not like another title.
No. You go to the wilderness, and that's where you go player versus player.
Yeah. Well, no.
Getting little clans.
No.
No. That's not?
No.
Okay, so Fortnite's...
No.
I've never played Fortnite. Have you played Fortnite?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you currently play Fortnite?
No. I got bored of it. I play a different one now.
Yeah, what do you play? How about we talk about the games you play?
I play,
Cityscape?
Yeah, I play a lot of City Skylines.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Where you
play a lot of it.
you just make your
I
own
play
little
Farming
city.
Simulator 17.
What did you say?
I play Farming Simulator.
Farming Simulator?
Yeah, you just own a farm.
I play Farm Town on Facebook,
Not
and I just...
It's a lot more realistic.
I can get more money if I send a friend an invite.
But Farmville was the game on Facebook.
Farmville was the one I did that.
And that's how I was exposed to Jason Derulo.
What?
No, for real. This is what I'd do in high school. I'd play Farmville, and while I'd go harvest my crops, plant the quick growing ones.
Yeah.
Hop on LimeWire, download some stuff from LimeWire, and then I play those tracks. And that's the first time I listened to Jason Derulo was playing Farmville. And honestly, to this day, when I hear Jason Derulo, I think of Farmville.
You associate that. You go, oh, fond memories.
I was like, I wonder what my farm's doing. All my crops are probably dead.
I mean, I would hope.
If you jump on Farmville right now, your crops are alive. We got to talk.
Yeah, because this game is not realistic enough.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so I play Farming Simulator now. It's the similar concept, much more realistic. I also play American Trucking Simulator.
Where you drive a truck, right?
A truck, yeah.
Yeah. What I love about all this is that you've gathered a bunch of games where you thrive online, and then your real life, not so much.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, basically, the games I play are games where I just do someone's job. And and the more like that person's job it is, the more I enjoy it.
Yeah, this new game that I'm doing right now is it's called the Barista Challenge, where I'm just a Starbucks barista. And 98% of the game is just getting yelled at by customers. It's fielding those conversations.
Yep, that's all it is.
My next game that I'm looking forward to the release this fall is The Librarian. I heard you don't have to do anything in that game.
Jump on the server.
Your character tries to stand up, and you just have to click a button that says "sit back down."
Sit back down.
I'm like, no, Karen.
Don't even think about working.
Yeah,
that's the tagline.
Don't even think about
working.
Someone comes up like, "Do you have a library card?" I saw a tweet the other day where a girl thought she had discovered the library. She posted that she was so excited about it.
What?
Yeah, she was just like, "Oh my god!" Our age, maybe not. She's still in college, so 20.
Library was like a class
20, 21. Yeah, library.
That's what I said.
You said library.
Shut up.
Did you say library?
I don't think so.
Well, because I said it, and then you went, "That's what I said." So is that what you said? I
said library.
Yeah.
Library.
How do you say the month I was born in? Do you know the month I was born in?
February.
Oh.
February. February. February.
How does your okay? Well, since you're not succeeding at this,
do you know how to say my month?
My month.
The month I was born in.
Yeah, May.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
That's a tough one. You're right. How does the trucker that you pretend to be say it? Does he succeed? So
he started a company. It's called Aero Stage Lines. We got 20 employees.
You told me about this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we got a lot of drivers.
So this girl tweeted and was like, "Oh my gosh, you can check out books and return them, and I read 2 books a week, so it's gonna save me $100 a year on books."
How many books were you buying a year before that?
I don't know.
Woman, you didn't know about a library. I don't believe you were buying books before this.
Yeah, that's where I was like, "What?" She was like, "And they have free Wi-Fi." You're like, "What?" She's posting about you should all go to this place called the library.
I used to, before I found out about LimeWire, I would go to the library and I would rent CDs and I would rip them to iTunes.
Yep.
It was genius.
I would just go to
these idiots.
I would just go to Mardell, where they had all the CD players lined up on a wall, and you just go listen to it while your mom shops for homeschooled supplies, and you're just like,
I love this band. They're like, Mom, this band's called Demon Hunter. They like hunt demons. And she's like, what are you doing listening to that? She's like,
that should not be on.
Why is
Demon
this in this
Hunter? Oh, man.
Look, there is a devil on the cover.
You know what? The demon's not even
selling
what ticks me off, okay? Hunting is a real big problem in this country, all right? People are over hunting, and that's the part that I have a problem with, honestly.
Anyways, we probably should talk about Battle Royale games.
Maybe.
So Fortnite's one of them.
Okay.
You probably heard of that. Another one's Apex Legends. That's the one
Never
that
heard of that
I
one.
like the most, personally. I think it's the most fun. Anyways, I want to just kind of talk about just the story of Battle Royale games, because it's a new thing that like really kind of exploded.
Every kid plays Fortnite, though.
Every kid. The other day, we updated our job descriptions at the church. For those of us, those of our viewers, I forgot what it was called, so I just figured I'd reach to them.
For those of you...
Those of you people out there.
Yeah, that's a real televangelist move right there. You put that cloth that you got in the mail over your head right now, and I'll
send
just...
you some water, and you can put your feet in it, and Jesus will talk to you.
Purify.
All right, no. I'm simultaneously a youth pastor and a kids pastor, and so in my job description, we like
a truck driver. And what other games do you play?
And a city planner, and a game developer, and a software company manager, and a football manager. You know, a lot of different. Anyways, I like nerdy games. Okay, they're not nerdy.
Well, you said it. So I literally was just letting you go with it. I was being quiet over here. So
we updated our job descriptions.
Yeah,
because
now it's in your job description that you have to play Fortnite?
No.
that
I put
awful.
endure endless Fortnite dances in mine. Because
dude, all these kids, man. I went to a Royals game, and every time a kid under the age of 16 was on the big screen, they're flossing.
Kids
That's it.
Don't know how to dance unless it's a Fortnite dance. Those are the only dances they know now. Like, there's a segment in my order of service right now for kids where like I let them get up and dance just to kind of like
and
get
they
some
all
energy
do
out. 98, maybe 99% of the kids do Fortnite dances, and like I picked the best dance to come up and make some motions for something, and I picked the one who doesn't do a Fortnite dance. No joke. This weekend I picked a kid. This was his dance. This was the dance that I was like, this is better than what everybody else did. Yeah, this is his dance.
Thank God.
What can you see me right now? Is this a good angle? It'll work.
Good. Just stood there?
Yeah, he literally just stood there. I was like, that's a winner.
I want you on stage. Come up here, dude. Well, you know what's better is that I think I would rather the middle school dances be full of kids flossing than what my middle school dance looked like, was a bunch of kids going, oh, and like doing a bunch of church motions. And they're like,
yeah, that's bad.
Crank that Soulja Boy.
I hate that. But yeah. So Fortnite's kind of taken over the world, and it's got to a point where it's like just ridiculous.
Okay.
To a level where I don't know if we've seen much video games like do what this has done.
You don't think?
I really don't, because it's a cultural phenomenon. Like you said, you go to a Royals game, music comes on.
All these kids are doing it.
Every kids are doing dances from Fortnite.
So it expands beyond just the
Yeah, I literally don't believe that kids know how to dance, and if it's not a Fortnite dance, I don't think they know that other dances exist. I'm serious. And so it's this thing where it's just gotten so wide-reaching, and so many.
Do you think more than
play it.
Nintendo in like the 80s?
I think it was a big deal, but I think
you don't
this
think
has
this
become
was-
like a cultural
This thing has leached itself onto
and it's running. Like every time I meet with like a middle schooler for like lunch or something, I'm like, what you been doing today? What you gonna do tonight? They're like, probably play Fortnite. Every time.
For hours.
Every time. It's always Fortnite. And it's like, when I was a kid, I was always a gamer. I always played games. But I don't remember there being a game that I played as much as the kids are playing Fortnite. Like, since I got hired until now, like, they're still hooked. And like, I was hooked on Halo 3. Like, hooked on Halo 3.
I just got into it.
But I played for maybe 6 months, like 6 or 7 months.
Sure.
And like, sure, I'd go back every once in a while.
I mean, I don't know,
like,
dude. I was playing RuneScape pretty consistently, like all of middle school. I started in 5th grade.
Yeah.
All of middle school for sure.
Yeah.
Until probably end of my freshman year of high school. So that's 5 years.
I think those things happen, like where you have outliers like you who will just play a game till it's dead.
And then I picked it back up in college.
I know.
And you shamed me for it.
And I will always shame
And now it's
you
available
for
on
it.
your phone. Check out RuneScape, one of our sponsors for the podcast.
We should call them. We talk about them a
be
lot.
like, hey,
hey, we talk
know
about
you're-
you a lot.
We know
You
your
need
subscribers
us.
are dwindling, and so are ours. So let's see,
There's a
see if we
unity
can
there.
negotiate something
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm saying, like I did play for like hours,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that was on a time when our family only had one computer.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I was hogging
And
up
so
our family's
your
computer.
mom's like, hey, get off. I got work to do. And you're like,
Yeah.
Mom, this is
I'm
more
like,
important.
Mom, shut up. I'm in the
trying to get
wilderness right
rainbow
now.
boots.
Okay. Yes.
That
but
quest, though.
yeah.
That's like the one thing I really remember from it was the rainbow boot. Like there was this giant quest.
I
You
got
get
a
to the end of
Santa
it,
hat.
and it was like
Those are like 10 mil.
there was
whatever.
it was a choice between spike boots and rainbow boots, and everything about the spike boots said it was better. And I was like, I'm doing the rainbow boots. That's funny.
Yeah, those look cooler. And then they came out with dances, not near as cool as Fortnite dances, but
Yeah, and here's the thing about Fortnite. I don't know. I'm trying. I've been researching it, trying to understand what made Fortnite such a big success.
Sure.
Because honestly, there's not much that they did that was their own idea. Like,
yeah, they just kind of did what other people do.
they've just kind of cherry picked a bunch of different stuff. I think a lot of it was timing, and I think it was the way that they molded everything together. So here, let's go back. Let's look at the beginning of the birth of this battle royale thing. Maybe we should.
So is this
explain
episode
what it
about
is
Fortnite
first.
or Battle Royale?
It's about the battle royale genre.
Okay.
It's going to be largely about Fortnite because Fortnite is kind of the
Dominates that
the
for
biggest
sure.
in it. But we'll look at the other games.
Okay.
In the genre that are like the front runners of it.
Okay.
But we'll talk about what it is real quick before we look at the history.
Where does Pac-Man fall into this?
It's not a battle royale.
Huh.
It falls pretty far outside of it.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Just wanted to confirm. Got it.
All right. so-
Frogger?
that's pretty close.
Ski ball.
That's the closest.
It's the way I said ski ball got me. Dang it. All right, go ahead. You want to go to Draftgate after this?
What?
You want to go to Draftgate after this?
Okay.
$7 limited play.
Sponsored. That's all it takes to get sponsored. You just
gotta
reference
say it.
and then they'll be like, "Hey, we're gonna-"
Wendy's, 4 for 4.
you get them to pay you." Yeah.
Good.
Gosh, I literally just ate the mic. My tooth hit it.
Oh,
That's the worst.
Man.
When your teeth hit things.
does it
it's
taste
like-
as good as an Olive Garden breadstick? Olive Garden. Go Olive Garden. All right, back to the podcast.
All right. Go Olive Garden.
I think that maybe Fortnite capitalized on the fact that people do those dances and stuff outside there. Or was that like a more recent thing now that they have a larger... How many people play Fortnite?
Oh, a lot.
Do you have that
get
stat?
I have those stats.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I got those.
I'll wait.
I see that hand.
Okay, go ahead. I really wish you'd chipped your tooth on that, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm going to make that happen one day.
Battle Royale, we'll talk about what the game is. So Battle
Okay.
Royale is a game mode. Really a game genre. Some games have a Battle Royale game mode, but
Sure.
most games that are Battle Royale games, like that's really the only thing in the game is the Battle Royale gameplay.
Yeah, it's the most fun.
Yeah, and so what it is it's a large group of people, usually somewhere between 50 to 100, get into these games. And
This is last man standing?
basically, like you start out with nothing. Most of them you parachute in from the sky. You pick a random spot on the map that you're going to parachute to, and then you literally start with your bare hands.
Use Hunger Games.
And yeah, it's literally just like Hunger Games. You have to go get your weapons. You have to get your armor. You have to
Well, it's
get
not just
supplies.
like Hunger Games. There's not like social constructs and...
Fair. I mean, you in theory could attempt to play a social game in Fortnite. In theory, because like you got your mic, everybody else has mics. But
most people just use that to like say really awful things to 13-year-olds.
Yeah, most people, if you walked up and you'd be like, "Hey, let's make a deal.
Let's
like,
work
they just
together.
shoot you in the face.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't work well. But
Yeah, I mean, so like, you could do clans. I
yeah,
guess
you could.
If you
You
play
could.
okay, go ahead. I'm just gonna
You
let
get in with your
explain
friends. You could try to make it happen, but most people probably wouldn't pay attention.
Most
to
of
you.
it's just every man for himself.
Mostly, yeah. And so the whole concept, that's the whole concept. You try to be the last person standing. There's
Kinda
like
like Black
50
Friday.
to 100. Yeah, 50 to 100 people drop into the same place.
Yeah.
Try to be the last person to get out.
Right. Right.
Alive. And that's the whole concept of the game. And so it's actually a really fun concept for a video game, and so it's like sucked a ton of people in to into that concept because it's so cool. Well, Fortnite is like really probably like the fourth or fifth game to come in and do this. The concept's been around for quite a while, and it actually started with, believe it or not, Minecraft.
That makes sense.
Started it because there's for a while there, probably around like 2012, there was a really big modding community for Minecraft.
Yeah.
These people were taking Minecraft and just turning it into a new game, and like dropping new stuff and making their own game modes and versions of games.
Because my brother was really into Minecraft the way that I was really into RuneScape.
Yeah.
And so now it's almost like those different classes. Because my brother's only 7 years younger than me.
Yeah.
So I was into RuneScape. He was into this. And now 12-year-olds are into Fortnite.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah,
interesting.
Minecraft blew up, and someone modded it and basically made a Hunger Games mod. It was called Hunger Games. So it was that game mode. And Minecraft did a pretty good job. You could get a decent amount of people in the game. But one of the big limitations of like online gaming for a long time was just the amount of people you could put in a server. Because like technology wasn't good enough.
Kind of caught up yet.
Yeah, like Halo 3 had one where you could put 20 people in a game, and so it was 10 versus 10, and people were losing their minds.
Yeah.
Because like it was like, how do you get that many people in one game? And it would seem like total chaos. Especially the maps are a lot smaller too, so it was total chaos.
Right.
But most games were like 5 versus 5 was like the game, and like there's still games like that today. But that was unheard of, like going like big team games. And we would talk about it. I remember talking with my friends, like, what if they did this where there was just like hundreds of people in the game? But it was like no developer could even like dream of doing that. Well, in like 2012, somewhere around there, whenever Minecraft had the mod for the Hunger Games version, this company started working on the Unreal Engine 4. And so if you don't know what Unreal Engine is...
Nope.
Nope.
No idea.
No, I have no idea. So it's a company...
What does my Honda have?
It's a real engine. It's not... It's 100% real
not
engine.
Not an Unreal one.
No.
Got it. Okay.
100% real engine.
Got it.
No, Unreal Engine, every game runs on an engine, and there's actually only a handful of them out there. There's certain companies are building their own engines for their games.
Okay.
But most games are using someone else's engine to run the game. So it's just basically the software that makes the game happen.
Yeah.
And so...
Is Steam an engine?
No, Steam's more of like a marketplace.
Oh, okay.
Right. I think they might be working on or have an engine out there, but it's more solely in a marketplace.
Okay.
The engines are like the things that like make the physics happen and like the graphics and like the capabilities of the technology behind the game is the concept. And so Unreal Engine was an engine from Epic Games, and they were working on their fourth iteration of that. And what they wanted to do was make it possible to make these massive scale games. And they saw that at that time, what was really popular was kind of like zombie survival, like into the world type stuff.
Which those games were fun.
And it was really fun. And it was popular outside of games. Like, there's TV, there's movies, there's like pop culture was.
There was
all
a zombie
into the
thing
world.
for sure.
Like, zombies and like post-apocalypse.
Is Walking Dead still happening?
I think
they're
so.
Still on TV, right?
I don't know. I think it is.
I should have ended it. I'm serious about it. But.
Fair. All right. Well, The Walking Dead.
Oh, we're not. They're not. We would reject that sponsorship. Yeah.
Good.
Dang it! I was gonna do some. All right, yeah, that's good.
And so that was really popular. Another thing that was really popular was Minecraft. And so what they decided was they were like, well, we're trying to build this Unreal Engine 4, and to do that, they were like, let's make this game. They called it Fortnite, and that was gonna be their like.
So wait, the people who made Minecraft made Fortnite?
No, this is a different company.
Oh,
but they were like, Minecraft's successful, zombies and stuff like that's successful. What if we put it together, use that to showcase our technology in Unreal 4?
Okay.
And so they're like, we'll develop Unreal 4 and we'll put out this game called Fortnite. So they kind of demoed Fortnite. The basic concept for Fortnite from the beginning was you build these big bases, and the point of it is to try to survive the night when the like monsters come. They're basically zombies. And you try to survive in your fort. You also try to survive the storm. There's like this storm that would show up and like poison everyone or something like that. It was really different than what Fortnite is. And so they were working on that game. They announced it. There was a ton of hype over it. Everybody was super excited about it. But some time goes on. They kind of hit some snags with the engine that they were working on, hit some snags with the production of the game. So it got delayed. Meanwhile, there's this game out called Arma 3. And Arma 3 is a game that is like underappreciated in the gaming world. It's a PC-only game.
Yeah.
But the concept of it is super fun.
Yeah, Arma 3 is that real, like, good guy in high school who just never got a girlfriend, because he was just, he's kind of like, I don't want to go out at night. He was home at 11 every night to respect his parents. He worked at Subway.
Yep.
He was really underappreciated, overlooked by all the cute girls. And then he went on and kind of developed a semi-successful comedy career, and now they're all in his DMs.
I feel like you're trying to describe yourself.
No. That's Bob Smiley's story right there.
No, what I was thinking was more of a Paul Rudd.
Oh, good. Like, yeah, he's just really but you see him in a movie and you're like, I'm going to watch that movie.
I'm going to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Like, one of my aunt-in-laws, is that what you call that?
Well, I call him an ant.
Well, that's stupid because it's a bug. An aunt, there's a reason why there's a U there. Freaking gosh, I get fired up. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She went to high school with Paul Rudd, and she was like, "Yeah, he's kind of a loner. Like no one."
Your
really
aunt-in-law did?
My aunt-in-law, yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, he just didn't really." But now
he's Paul Rudd.
He's Paul Rudd.
Yeah, yeah.
That I feel like that's a decent description of what Arma 3 is. Arma 3 was like an ultra realistic.
Yeah.
I totally forgot what I was talking about.
An ultra realistic
like war game.
Oh, that's what I thought you were gonna say, but you just couldn't get out war game. It was almost like you were gonna start to say the word war, and then you had some flashback to the one you've never been in, where you were like, "This ultra realistic war."
I like turned up to the left and everything. That is kind of what happened. It was weird.
Good.
But it's like this ultra realistic war game where like you have your squad.
Yeah.
You're dropped in. It's this open world. Like you're on this island and you've got some objectives, but there's not like you don't have all the markers all over like your HUD. There's no like ammo in the corner. Like
sure.
if you get shot, you have to like patch yourself up and like perform like field surgery and stuff. The bullets have dropped. Like ridiculously realistic.
Yeah.
You'll play for like 4 hours. You won't see another person in the game. Like
why would you? Okay.
It's ultra realistic. Lots of fun. Really enjoy it.
Yeah, just love wandering through a jungle by myself for 4 hours, dude.
What it is. But when you get into the
I will say that when
intense.
those games become VR, that will be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be
because
sick.
like we played VR in our garage that one night, and that like it was very basic VR, but super so cool.
Exciting.
I did not know that it was going to be that cool. I was watching you guys do it, and I was like, "This is pretty dumb." And then I put that headset on, and I was like, "I never want to take this thing off."
I never want to do anything ever again.
Yeah,
exactly. Right.
I kind of want you all to have headsets, and we all just meet in the virtual reality. Because
have you heard of VR Church?
VR Church?
Yeah, have you heard of that?
Is that a Judah Smith thing?
No, it's a real thing.
What? Okay.
It's a 100% real thing. There's this church. They meet every Sunday. It's a VR church. They meet in some game server.
Yeah.
This guy runs it. He's actually an ordained pastor. I think he's Methodist. I'm not positive.
Sure.
But runs this church in the VR world. They have a Connect Center. Like he set up a Connect Center in the lobby. It's like one of those sandbox games where you can like build the stuff. He's got like an auditorium in his church. Everybody just puts their headsets on, comes in, and he's got like a big screen, and the screen will play YouTube videos of worship songs. And then like he's got an associate pastor, like they've got a staff, and like their associate pastor will come up, do announcements, and like talk about like their ways that they can do giving. And then their lead pastor will in VR walk up on their stage, his VR character, and he'll preach. And it's all in this VR world, and people are all sitting in the crowd watching. And the funniest part about it is because it's in some game where like it's like a sandbox game. Everybody gets to choose their character.
Oh my gosh! So it's just
it's like Tigger,
and like a dragon, and it's like wow. We welcome everybody at our church. There's
diverse
no exceptions. Love thy neighbor. Love thy Tigger. Love Thy whatever those weird spy looking things were.
Yeah, they get on, and when the associate pastor walks on stage before service, he's like, "Hey guys, welcome to VR Church. We're gonna get started in just a second. Super glad you chose to join us today. Couple quick things, if you could just mute your mic for us, so that way it doesn't distract everybody else in the church. Also, please refrain from moving your character onto the stage. It's another distraction for people. Like they have to it's like doing church with 0-year-olds. Like you have to tell them, hey, you can't go up there because it's in VR and people just sometimes do whatever they want.
What platform do they meet on? Like what?
It's some game. It's like some sandbox game, but everybody puts their headsets on and just jumps in VR.
You know, out there VR stands for virtual reality. But here stands for velocity and radiant, all right? Like the basic church names.
But yeah, they have about 200 weekly attendance, which is crazy. More successful than a lot of churches in the country.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
How much would that suck to be that rural pastor who's just been just really faithfully
really
serving your church of 150 people who they all hate you.
Yeah, they hate your guts.
And then you're just every week you're like, man, what is going on? And then you hear about this guy who never leaves his house.
Yeah, probably goes to church without putting pants on.
I mean, for sure. And it's just hey guy, I mean, are they good sermons?
I haven't actually watched a sermon. I've watched highlight clips.
I'm very interested
because it's been on the news. There's articles about it, and so I've watched
VR
YouTube highlight. Yeah, and I looked it up on YouTube. I didn't watch a lot of it because honestly, it doesn't make me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
it's
I don't like
weird.
It.
But I've watched clips of it. I haven't watched a full sermon. Maybe I should, just to know.
Yeah.
But they have them all up on YouTube. They have a YouTube account. I'm trying to remember what the guy's name is. It's something kind of strange. I'll remember at some point. I'll tell you.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look that up.
Anyways.
Because I am looking for a new church. Somewhere where I can be myself, Somewhere that during worship I can floss and no one will care. And I'm not talking about the dance. I'm talking about my teeth,
okay,
I'm just just over here floss.
That's good, Pastor.
Oh my gosh. I want to come to one of the dance offs that you do with your student ministry and everyone else is sitting there flossing. I'm going to be and I'll just be that's what I want to do.
That's good. Anyways, it's a battle royales.
And then after church,
oh God,
they go out to the lobby. They have a little bit of Java time, if you will. And it's got to be called the Java Lounge, right? They've got
a Connect Lounge after service. People are meeting each other.
Yeah. And then they all go outside, and it becomes Battle Royale. It's just fight to the death. All right.
It's interesting.
And honestly, Tigger's not bad. That's a good character to be. Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. You would think that he wouldn't do great, but man, something about those weird elephants in that movie. You know what I'm saying?
No.
In Winnie the Pooh?
Oh.
The scene that gives me nightmares?
The weird elephants?
Yeah, the weird colored things that pop up. It's weird psychedelic drug kind of stuff. It's interesting.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And Winnie the Pooh? The live action one's going to be better.
Anyways, so Arma 3 was kind of like Minecraft because it garnered this development community.
Okay.
And so these mods started coming out for Arma 3 that took the game and made it completely different.
Yeah. They were we're tired of waiting in the jungle for 4 hours.
We're tired of what this game is. We're going to make it completely different. And so what this game mod came out for it called DayZ, and it was the exact same concept as Arma 3, but everybody else is zombies instead of soldiers. And it was this multiplayer thing, and it was sick because it's just this open world. You have no idea what you're gonna run into.
Can you play the zombie?
You can't play as a zombie, but oh my God,
I want to play a game where I can be the zombie.
Yeah,
that would be fun to me.
Left 4 Dead. Have you played that? You can play as a zombie in those games.
Can you?
It's really fun. Anyways, so DayZ comes out, and it was super cool because you can get in with a group of your friends. You can fly a helicopter around, kill all these zombies, encounter another group of real people, and have real interactions and trade with them or shoot them up, whatever you're gonna do. And then every once in a while you run into these zombies, but it was super realistic, super fun, super crazy, really really cool mod to Arma 3. Well, some guy took the DayZ mod and made a mod to the mod. This guy's name was Player Unknown, and he made this game called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And so basically in it was the first big a battle royale game where it was exactly what like you think of it as a battle royale was in this DayZ mod.
Yeah.
Why it was in the mod, I don't really know because there wasn't zombies in it. So I don't know why he didn't just make it in Arma 3, but he made the mod to the mod. I guess he was just like the technology in it or something. I don't know.
Sure.
But he made that. This guy is outspoken about not really being a gamer. He's like a web developer.
Yeah.
But he just thought it'd be fun to kind of develop a game.
So we know who it
is.
is.
Who? Oh, the guy who did it? Yeah, we know him. His name's Player Unknown. That's his. Well, that's his like. That's not his birth name.
He's like, yeah, my parents were big gamers. I'm kind of over it. It really sucks to be Player Unknown.
Like, congratulations. What do you want to name this baby? And they're like, I don't.
My last name is Griswold, so people call me Pug growing up. I didn't like it. But it's better than Player Unknown. My middle name is Unknown.
Exactly. So the guy's real name is Brendan Green.
Okay.
But he goes by Player Unknown.
I was kind of hoping it was an anonymous person.
No.
Like some weird,
He's
like, Banksy of the Fortnite world.
Banksy of Fortnite. Yeah, so he comes out and makes this really popular. People loved it. Like, it blew up. It was more popular than Arma 3. People were buying Arma 3 just so they could mod it to DayZ. They get the DayZ mod and then get the Player Unknown mod because it was so much fun. DayZ, meanwhile, got so popular that DayZ became a standalone game. These guys developed a standalone game for DayZ.
Okay.
And then Player Unknown, Brendan Green, got called from this South Korean game developing company, and they're like, "Hey, we love what you did with the Battlegrounds game. What do you say you come move to South Korea real quick and lead a team to develop a game like that for a company?" And he was like, "Oh, sure." And so he moves to South Korea, develops this game. This game's called I love the name of this game. It's called H1Z1. Because H1N1 was a big deal.
I got it.
Yep. And they were all still like worried about zombies and stuff too. Still, so that was the first on its own developed
H1Z1
battle royale game, and it was really well received. People loved it. People enjoyed it a lot. It was popular. Came out on Steam. It was a lot of fun.
Did you play it?
But it wasn't. I didn't play it. So I guess I lied when I said it was a lot of fun.
I know you said that. And I was like, okay.
I don't really know. They got good reviews. A lot of people enjoyed it.
A lot of people at my church liked it.
But he goes on and he's like, well, from this, he's like, we'll develop another one. And so he brings back PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds after that, creates a standalone game.
Okay.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, affectionately now called PUBG. Is just what the game's called now. That's not its legit name, but people call it that.
PUBG.
Yeah. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That comes out, got a lot of heat from people because they were like, this is an H1Z1 ripoff. And he was like, I made that.
I made H1Z1.
And I also made PUBG first. So H1Z1 was a PUBG ripoff. I'm just re-releasing it. And so got a lot of heat for it. Came out, huge success. Like, just massive success. Sure. And I remember when I first played this, it was shortly after I moved to Kansas City. I came back down to Springfield because our friend Todd, he just built his own gaming computer. It was like super powered. It was awesome. It was really cool. And I wanted to come check it out. And he was telling me about this new game he got. And so it was really cool. Well, like he showed me his computer, and then we went and we were playing pool or something.
Yeah.
Like we normally did at that time in our life. And so we were playing pool, and we're playing, and he's like, yeah, I kind of just want to go play PUBG right now.
He just said, "There's like, yeah, this sucks."
And I wanted to
being
call
around
him.
people and genuine connection is just kind of
just
awful
go
right now. I want to go home and, man, I do drink a lot less water at the house, so I'm here and I'm chugging people's waters, and I just would rather be at home playing a rip off of H1Z1. So
I wanted to call him during this episode, but I don't think I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
So that's really disappointing. I was planning on calling him. I even called him and told him I would call him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I called him. I told him I would call him, but I have no way to call him
Does
right
this call?
now. I don't know. Does it?
We're about to find out. Did these call? I don't think they do.
I don't know. Does it?
I don't know. Did these call?
I don't know. You can FaceTime him probably. You can FaceTime him. Is there a way we can get that on the screen? Can we put the FaceTime up to the? Can you plug the
Here's
HDMI
the
into that?
I'm seeing how I look on this camera right now, and I don't really want to FaceTime. I guess we can see. Can I add a new FaceTime to Todd? his last name in my phone is still that.
Nice.
Let's see if I can FaceTime him.
Let's see
I'm
if we
pretty
can
sure
bring him in.
he doesn't have an iPhone though.
I thought he does.
I thought he was the one messing up all of our group chats. We can
I don't
FaceTime
know.
audio. That's good.
Can you plug the audio in?
I can do this. Can you hear it? Where's the speaker on this? I don't know.
Is it possible to plug it in?
I don't know. Hello? Can you answer the phone calls a little more politely than that? That was like why are you calling? Hello.
Hey man, I just haven't heard from you in a little while, and I was just concerned that, I don't know.
Who's I'm here with Tim.
Can you hear that?
Try it again. Can you hear now?
We're doing a mic check.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sort of.
Do you want to try to plug it in?
Then you won't be able to hear it.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have no headphones. How's that?
It is on speaker. That's what. So I just turned it up. Go ahead, Todd. Can you talk for me, Todd?
Yeah, dude, can you hear me? Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I
Cool.
can hear you.
Sweet.
No.
So can you hear Tim?
Can you hear me, Todd?
Yeah, dude.
Sick.
Tim wanted to call you for some reason.
So
What's up, Tim?
we're on the air with the Tillin podcast.
Bet.
All right. We're going off the air. We're taking you off the show. No, we're talking a little bit about Battle Royale games and PUBG. You remember a little while ago when we went and played PUBG at your house? The first time I saw it?
Yeah, dude, that was good times, man.
When was that?
Dude, it's been a couple years. Like, it was probably when PUBG kind of first came out, or at least when it was first getting big.
Yeah.
Like maybe late 2016,
Something like that.
early 2017. Yeah, it's been a while.
That sounds about right. I remember after playing it, no joke, on the drive home, I was so excited about the game, but I had nobody I could talk to about it. I think I called a couple friends, no one answered. I called my mom and told her all about the game because I thought it was so fun.
That is freaking awesome. Dude, yeah, I remember we were just like out hanging out, and so you like came over first, right? And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I have to show you this because I like just built my PC, and so like I could just now start playing that kind of thing. So we were playing it, and then we went and like we're hanging out with Jaron or some other people or whatever, and I just remember like we were like, man, I just want to go back home and play more PUBG. I don't want to do whatever we're doing right now.
I mean, that's true. I mean, it was so fun.
I sucked really bad at it, but it was hype.
What do you think? What do you think it was that like sucked you in so bad?
I think it was like obviously the first Battle Royale game, which introduces like a whole, or at least the first big one, introduces like a whole new concept to like multiplayer gaming, where you're playing with 100 people in this massive match where you only get to die once, as opposed to
Oh yeah,
what's been
like
going on
reviving
for
stuff.
years, where there's like like for years and years, but it's been like 16 people-ish, 16 to 30 people in most matches, and like it's like team deathmatch or whatever, and all of a sudden you have a game where there's 100 people and you only get to die once. Like it's just a whole different concept.
Yeah, like you die, you get kicked out of the game. We haven't talked about that yet. Like when you die,
dude.
you're done. Like you're out of the game.
Like,
You go back to the lobby.
when you go back to the lobby?
Yeah, and
dude,
you got to find a new game.
It's over.
Yeah, and so it's crazy. Like games like that, like you could play hundreds of games, never win once. Where like Call of Duty and stuff, like 50% of the time you're winning a game. And so it was totally different than anything else that had ever happened. Well, Todd, I remember a couple weeks after I came down and played with you, I called you or texted you or something, and I was like still super hyped on PUBG, still really wanted to play PUBG, and I was trying to figure out a way because it was only on PC at the time, and my PC, I didn't even have a PC, I had a Mac, and so I couldn't run it.
Mac.
Yeah, I couldn't run it. And I was trying to figure out a way I could play it, and then you're like, man, you should get Fortnite. And I was like, what's Fortnite? And you're all amped on Fortnite. And now, like, it's a little shameful to be excited about Fortnite if you're an adult. But at the time, it was kind of cool. What was different?
I
Like,
have somewhere to be.
Wait, Todd, are you still amped about Fortnite?
Not really so much anymore, but it was for a hot second there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was way different. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. More childish. I don't know.
That's a fair descriptor.
But the advantage of it was one on consoles, and so it was on Xbox and PlayStation. So then I could actually get it, and two, it was free, and so that was a game changer. You know,
No risk, man.
no risk. Like if you hate it, whatever. And I still took forever to try out Fortnite because I like watched some videos about it. I thought it looked stupid. I was like, this looks dumb. This is a bad ripoff. I don't want to play it. But Todd was all about it.
Todd's still about it.
You didn't tell me I was going to get roasted today.
That's part of the podcast, let's be honest.
So, what was different about Fortnite than the other games before?
So Fortnite was kind of like the second one, as far as like the big ones go, because it was first just PUBG and then Fortnite kind of started getting big not long after that. And I think the big difference was, like Tim said, console. So like you had so many more people who had access to it. Plus it was free. So like there was just no risk involved.
So it was no longer like just diehard gamers that were playing this. It was
it was just everybody. Like like it's easy to get a hold of. Like Tim said, if you don't like it, you literally just get rid of it. It's no big deal. Plus it has like the building element. So some people like that, some people don't like it, but it just adds like a whole different layer to it as well.
You could build stuff.
Yeah. So like you can build. Yeah. No, dude, I don't think you. Hey, listen, I don't think you quite understand. So you get things, and then you can use them to build things.
Cool. All right, hey, how would you rate your success in Fortnite compared to your success in real life?
Oh, dude, 100%. What's the one that's where the like opposite, whereas one goes up, the other one goes down?
Yeah. You're 100% leaning toward Fortnite right now?
They're inversely related. So the more I played Fortnite, the more everything else just started falling apart, you know?
Now I'm homeless, living behind a quick trip.
But I'm good at Fortnite.
Yeah,
Still good at Fortnite.
So I could just keep buying more Fortnite skins.
Are there other questions you have, Tim?
No, that's all the questions I have, unless you got another one.
I don't want to talk to Todd.
Well, thanks, Phil. I'm just gonna go cry now. So.
All right, buddy, you get back to it.
Get back to Fortnite. Hope things keep working great.
Hey man, you're interrupting my Fortnite time. Okay, I gotta let you go.
All right, bye, Todd.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah, so that's the guy who introduced me to the whole series. He's also the guy who drinks everyone's water.
That's true.
Yep.
I miss Todd.
Is
he going to move back now?
I don't know. He should.
Because
he has no reason to be in Arizona anymore.
I know, because Grady.
Yeah, that was his only reason for me.
He was kind of like, yeah, Grady's out there. We should all move back to Springfield, dude. Let's do pool night again, man.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Springfield.
I mean, your church sucks.
Oh, God.
You know, we could both move out to Springfield, join VR church. It'll be a good life, man.
All right, whatever. Anyways. So, yeah, that's the story about how I got into
We called Todd so he can be like, yeah. We called Todd so he could like verbally confirm everything you were saying. That's why we had that guest on.
That's what CNN does. Like you say
just
something,
it's a talking head. And they're just like,
yeah,
yes.
he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured.
Well, what we could have done was just been like, Todd, do you think that Fortnite is a good game? Thanks, Todd. We did all that trouble to adjust the mic, and Alex has to edit that.
I love
Todd as much
Todd.
as some people probably do, you know? But that was just not working.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. I didn't realize I wasn't going to have my phone with me.
You didn't realize that?
No,
I'm looking
I forgot.
at your phone right now.
I forgot that this was
your
like camp, and
phone.
you had to put your phone in a bowl when you got there.
You thought we were at, you forgot we were at camp where you put your phone in the bowl and there's a bear outside.
Steven.
Do you guys hear that?
Steven. He's not going to wake up.
Backpack. That's the counselor.
That's the bear sound.
That's the bear sound?
What sound do bears make?
Backpack. The kid with no vocal cords at home, he's like...
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. That's a callback to season 2.
Yeah, hopefully you've seen it.
Go ahead.
So, PUBG was a big deal. Fortnite blew up right after that.
Yeah.
Because Fortnite basically just stole the idea.
From H1Z1.
Yeah, so they were. Remember, I talked about Fortnite, how they were building Fortnite, and they were building this like almost like horror survival game where you would build stuff like Minecraft, but then like survive in it. And then their developer or like the owner of their company was like, "Hey, that's really popular. You should just do that instead."
Good. Yeah.
So, literally 14 days before their game was set to launch, they were like, "Add that." And so they did. And so the game launches. The concept, like I was listening to an interview from the company who developed it.
So 2 weeks before they released, they go, okay, let's add Battle Royale.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be a game mode. And what they decided was, all right, this is going to be something that we're going to throw together really quick. We're going to make it better after it comes out. We're going to add updates. We're going to make it better. But no new ideas is what they said. They're like, no new ideas. If you have a new idea, keep it to yourself until we release the game. And they're like, we're just putting this out. So it was one big map. And then the same exact mechanics from the main game that they had already developed, and then they just had the 100-man server. And so it was very, very basic when it launched.
Yeah.
And when it launched, it got a lot of heat because it was like, you're stealing from PUBG, like you're just ripping off an idea, this is never going to work, your game's too cartoony, it's too childish looking, it doesn't look like it's going to have the same appeal. But what they did that I think Garnett gave them so much success was they said, hey, we're gonna make this game mode in the game a standalone, and so you could buy the game, pay to play the main single player version of the game that they had been developing since 2010, 2012.
Sure.
Or you could play for free the Fortnite the Battle Royale version, and so most people have never played the part that they've been developing for years and years. They've only played that one
the
part.
2-week version.
That they just threw together because their bosses were like, hey, this is really successful. We should do this. And that exploded.
Wow.
I think largely because, one, it's free. One, it was on every console.
Yeah.
And so it was really easily accessible. And you don't even have to go to a store to get it. You just download it. Right from the marketplace. Most games do that now, but you can get it right from the marketplace.
Can I play it on my phone?
You can play it on your phone now. That's a new thing. You didn't before. You couldn't play it on the phone. It's a new thing. And what they've done is they established seasons for the game. And so with every season, it's coming out new updates and it's changing things. The map is slightly changing. New things you can purchase are changing. New things are coming out every season. And so it's making a game that otherwise is very repetitive and very redundant, interesting and new and different every time you play it, because they still have one map that you can play the game on.
So are you trying to use that same strategy with our podcast?
Yes.
In that there's a lot of really successful YouTube channels that are about video games. And then we have our own format. And then today you were like, we're going to do what everybody else does.
We're just going to steal it. We're just taking everyone's idea. Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's hope this gets 1 million views. Let's hope this idea worked.
Yeah, but so that blew up. I think the dances was a big thing
because it brought something outside of the game to
into the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they chose to make it almost as bridge the gap from more of an adult audience that PUBG had to a childish audience, because they've got really they've got a lot of almost kiddie like stuff in this game, but the like content and what you do in the game is very adult. But like the graphics look like something out of Disney Pixar, like, and they've got all the dance moves. They've got all these like
it's kind of like if
Toontown
Toontown all of a sudden you can start killing everybody.
That's exactly right. It's like a Toontown meets PUBG, and so they bridge that gap. And so now, honestly, I think what happened is a lot of parents don't realize what the game is. It just looks like a kid's game. So like, yeah, go ahead, whatever. And so the game is littered with children who play the crap out of the game.
Yeah,
it's not
and murder each other.
It's not gory. It's not excessively violent. I mean, it is violent. The point is to kill people, but it's not the worst game in the world for kids to be playing. But I think a lot of parents don't realize what their kids are playing because it looks so cartoony. But what they did is, and they've become such a success because they were smart, and they took something that I don't know if I've seen before. I was trying to think about this earlier, and I can't come up with something. Maybe you know. But before Fortnite, I don't know if this happened. So for the longest time, there's been games that are free games, and you like pay to get upgrades and stuff.
Sure.
You see it a lot on like phone games, or like computer games, where it's like you get on and you can play for a little bit, but then like you can't
to get
win
past a certain level. You have to do this
until you start buying stuff, or like you potentially could get pretty far, but it's going to take you years unless you start paying for the stuff.
Pay for the upgrades.
Yeah, and so. Constant, like it's free to play, but pay to win.
Right,
is the concept.
Which is the same thing with adult life. It's very fun. Yeah.
Fair. Fortnite was free to play, but you didn't have to pay to win. But you could pay to get all these skins, and the skins do literally nothing except for like just character customization. And with the seasons, they're coming out with these new things. It's like buying a shirt for your video game character. But
I've heard, but they're like $40, right?
I know. It's like it's more expensive than real clothes, but kids will spend, like this kid, I literally yesterday got lunch with a middle schooler. He got $60 for his birthday, spent it all on Fortnite skins. That's all he bought is Fortnite skins. And I'm like, how is it that's something that people want to do, like care about? He's in 6th grade.
Sure, but
I mean,
I've spent more than that on astronautfoods.com.
Fair.
So I mean, like, I can sit here and go, "Oh, that kind of hurts me," but then I go, "I'm irresponsible with money too."
I'm just yeah, and it's actually become a problem. It's like
I'm gonna look at the plank in my own eye.
you hear about these.
I'm gonna look at the frozen or the dehydrated ice cream in my own mailbox before I.
But it's becoming an issue. There's also a lot of kids out there, just like you heard about, like phone apps for a little bit, where they like spend just a ton of their parents' money on Fortnite junk. I
saw a thing. I think I saw a thing a few months ago, maybe, where a kid like racked up like $400 or $500, and his mom found out at the end of the month when the credit card bill came.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a kid in my at church. He spent $200 of his parents' dollars on Fortnite, and they were furious. Because there's not a lot. Like if you're a parent and you're not smart enough to leave your credit card active on your kid's account, like there's not a lot that's like, hey, kid, don't do this. But it's really funny. The people who made it have such a good sense of humor. Like they're throwing stuff into the game all the time. It was so it became so popular. You can play on your phone. That kids were at school playing on their phone, and this teacher wrote in, I'm trying to remember what his name was. It was like Mr. Martin or something like that. Wrote in and was like, hey, you need to tell these kids to stop playing Fortnite in class. And so they added to the game, like in the loading screen, it says, Mr. Martin says, don't play Fortnite in class.
That's very funny.
And like they do stuff like that all the time, where they take stuff from pop culture or different things, drop jokes in. They're constantly
They've been sued over those dances though, because what's his name that played Carlton on Fresh Prince?
Oh, really?
Sued them over the Carlton dance.
Yeah, because most of the dances aren't dances that they came up with. Most of them are from memes or other like pop culture references. Most of them aren't their idea.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they got sued. I didn't know that, but I mean I could see it because they didn't come up with
it's just stolen stuff.
Yeah, Drake is trying really hard to get the Hotline Bling dance put into the game because Drake plays a lot of the game.
Okay.
Drake was like,
gotcha.
I'll throw Fortnite into one of my songs if you guys put Hotline Bling dance in the game. Which I mean,
it's good exchange.
It helps them both.
Yeah.
So I could see it happening soon.
You're losing subscribers. I'm losing subscribers. Like, let's work out a deal here, man. You know.
But yeah, and so Fortnite was a lot of fun.
So you don't think that this is necessarily popular just because of the battle royale game
I think that for Fortnite is what made it. I think Fortnite is what made it such a big deal. I think the concept is really fun. I think it's interesting.
It's been around, but for some reason, other games didn't hook on the way that Fortnite has.
I mean, PUBG got really big. Okay. But I think part of what PUBG lacked was up until Fortnite came out, it was only on PC. So like you needed some pretty good hardware to run it. So it had a pretty limited market, but a ton of people still wanted to play it and were interested in it.
Right.
But I think Fortnite, it was a mix of a lot of things for them. It's an interesting concept. It's very, very fun. It's a little redundant, but they did a good job keeping it fresh.
Okay.
I think that they did a really good job spanning the market, like the age groups with it, because like you can be really, really young, you can be really, really old and enjoy it,
Sure.
It spans the market. I think timing was big.
Yeah.
Because now everyone's getting really tired of the Call of Duty style games, like the Halo style games. Like those are getting really dry. And so I think
storyline games that are kind of like, why are we doing this whole thing?
Yeah, and so something new was needed, and they hit it at the right time. I think was a big thing. I think the dances, I think the skins,
Right.
I think all of that all plays into making it super successful. I think the dances was a big move.
Sure.
I don't think they ever expected that because dances have been in games for years.
And because it's like Hunger Games, when they died, does like a cannon go off?
No, but they should.
Does anything happen when they die? What kind of music plays when they die?
It just takes you back to the lobby. It's like, you suck. You can keep watching other people play, or you can just start a new game. And that's what's kind of exciting about it.
That's what's interesting too, though, is that my brother became a person who, in high school, he like just watched other people play video games.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing now. Like,
I don't understand that.
Fortnite, like a ton of kids too, will bring.
I mean, I guess I don't understand that as there's people who are watching us talk in my dining room.
Who watch.
Like, I don't get why people watch hour-long things on YouTube. Shame on those people. Shame.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's the Twitch streamers is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so that leads perfectly to the next game I want to talk about, which is Apex Legends, which is my personal favorite in the Battle Royale like series, because I think they just cherry picked stuff from all the best Battle Royale games, made it the best. And I just think it's the smoothest, most fun. But I love the way they launched.
Go ahead.
I hate you. I
love the way they launch.
I'm done talking about this. I don't even want to talk about the game anymore.
Good. I don't either. I tried to fiddle off earlier.
Long story short, it's a couple guys who worked for Activision.
No. Don't do that. No, get your enthusiasm back. Don't like, long story short. You sound like you were on a date with some girl and she said something or she talked during the movie and now you're no longer interested. And you're like, long story short, my parents are from Colorado and I do this and I just want to go. I would much rather be playing PUBG right now. So why don't you tell us about Apex Legends?
Apex Legends, first of all. Apex Legends. Okay, so
I've got a peck. Apex sounds like a cleaning solution. Is that Ajax? That's
Ajax.
Ajax.
Sound like that.
Yeah.
Apex Legends.
Apex. One use in your shower will make it look brand new.
They
Apex, the new skate park in town. That actually sounds very much like what
that's
it would
a church
be called.
Skate park.
Yeah. Hey guys, I know we're all VR right now, but after this, we're gonna meet up at Apex.
Anyways, Apex Legends. It's made by a company called Respawn, and they were actually it's like two guys who worked for Activision, which is the company that made Call of Duty.
Yes,
and they like basically got ousted from Call of Duty or from Activision, and they started Respawn. Made a couple other games that were fairly successful. And then they came out with Apex. But what I love the most about Apex, I like it the most as a game. I just think it's the most fun.
Yeah.
But what I love the most about it is the way they launched. They didn't do it like any other game in the industry has ever done it. Because every other game, like you go to the big conferences, you like show the trailers, you have the big marketing push. Literally what they did is they just sent a timer to every Twitch streamer that's like playing Fortnite and PUBG, and like the timer was just ticking. And so like then when the timer got like low, all the Twitch streamers were like, I want to see what this is about.
Yeah.
And so all the Twitch streamers got on and did like a live Twitch stream as it ticked down, and then they got access to the game.
That's pretty brilliant.
Yeah, and so then they all started playing, and it was just a huge smash hit from the second. Like that hit 0, people like just immediately went and were like downloading it and playing it and like super hyped about it because all the Twitch streamers like got in it. Really similar concept to all the different like to PUBG and Fortnite. It's a little bit more cartoony, but a little bit more like almost like comic book like.
Sure.
It's kind of the vibe of it. There's specific characters who have abilities, which is new to Fortnite, but they also have skins and stuff that you can buy. It's another free to play game, and I think this one's a little bit more fun. If you ask me, I still play it. I don't play Fortnite anymore, but I think it's my personal favorite. It's my personal favorite.
That's a pretty brilliant marketing strategy.
I know, I love it. It's so different, and that's one of the reasons I like it the most, just because I respect that. I think it's really cool.
So battle royale games are kind of like what's the big thing? Because I mean, like RuneScape and World of Warcraft were big at the same time.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft was kind of like a battle kind of game.
Yeah.
And then it went to Minecraft, and then it went to Fortnite. Mm-hmm. And who knows what's next?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's interesting seeing. Last thing we'll talk about is just kind of the growth, like what it's spawned, because like esports has always kind of been a thing, like where people go play games and they'll pack out stadiums, like playing just video games.
Yeah,
they're getting really, really big. For Fortnite, it's huge. Like the esports is huge for Fortnite.
Really,
the winners, like they have in New York.
I know there's full-time video game players.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and they can make good money now.
Yeah.
And for Fortnite, their championship in New York every year, $1 million grand prize.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? So get good at that. It's free to play, so no risk. You could earn $1 million.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, the guys who win that
won $1 million and spent it all on skins in the game.
Yeah, so that's
remember like in 2008 or whatever, there was a phone app that was just called I'm Rich.
No.
Do you remember that?
No.
There was literally just a phone app, and the icon was a dollar sign. You open it, it did nothing. It was just a picture of a dollar sign. But in the App Store, it cost $999.99.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I bought it. I bought an American Airlines credit card. Got a lot of free miles for it.
Got a lot of miles.
Yeah, so I have that app.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, so it's looking back at each of the different games about how big they got is interesting to see. Like, so H1Z1, smallest of the genre.
Sure.
10 million players over the lifetime of the game.
Wow.
It's a lot. I would think it would be a lot.
Yeah.
That's what I would define as a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
Apex Legends, 50 million.
Okay.
So that's a bigger one. Fortnite, 250 million players over the lifetime of the game, and this stat is the most interesting to me. PUBG, 400 million over the life of the game.
Really?
Which is really, really
I've never heard of PUBG, though.
I know, but
I've heard of Fortnite, and it has
bigger.
half the players.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
Very interesting.
And I don't know. PUBG is also on the phone now. It's also on the Xbox now. It's expanded a lot.
Sure.
It's the number one competitor for Fortnite.
Wow.
But Fortnite seems bigger, but it's not.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what game I'm going to play tonight?
What?
Uber driver. Yeah. Just going to drive around on my Xbox and pick people up. And then later tonight, once I get too good at that, like once I reach like a gold member or whatever, where it's like, you've reached like 500 5-star trips, then I'm going to switch to pizza delivery guy. And so it's basically just me doing other people's jobs, sure, but very fun, because you can get like really good at it, because like pizza delivery guys can really mess it up, because they can turn the box sideways and it's like, I didn't want that.
Go to the wrong house and
you forget the breadsticks. You're like, come on, man. All right. Yeah. Pizza driver. Then once you get good at pizza driver, then you switch to overnight warehouse security guard. It's a lot of walking. It's basically like the librarian game. You basically do nothing all night. All right. But if you get really good at it, they put you on Black Tom Island. Now that's where it gets good because you gotta swat mosquitoes. It's a challenging thing. But I think my favorite game is. Oh, dang it, man. It was going to be a good one.
What was the game?
I just cannot remember what our dumb folk band is called.
Fiddle Off?
No. We had that dumb folk band like in season 1 or whatever.
I don't remember either.
You don't remember? It was like the green...
yeah.
Man, that was going to be good. That was going to be a good... It's like so many episodes ago.
The Green Meadow Boys or something like that.
Some Green Meadow Boys. That's it. That's got it. Soggy Meadow. I don't know.
Soggy Meadow Boys.
I don't know, man. Dang, that was gonna be
Green
a good
Valley
callback.
Boys. Green Valley Boys.
No, it was not Valley.
Grain Valley Boys.
Grain Valley.
Green
Valley sounds like the high school in your area that you hate. Like they're just they're good at sports. They're all good looking. They look
Valley.
like Disney villains. All right. It's like, oh, Grain Valley.
Green Valley.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I was gonna do a video game where you
played
folk
as
band,
that folk
and
band.
you play the banjo,
And
then after that you go to an orchestra.
really well into fiddling off.
It would have, yeah.
But it didn't.
So
Can you fiddle off?
good.